Yeah, turn it all around. Oh, it's a guy on that cut we about to speak about too. Yeah, Mr. Ben Simmons himself.
How your fellow Philadelphians feel about this whole situation?
Yeah, let us know what's the word in Philly.
All
I
right.
know
So first
Marcus
of
got an
all,
opinion on that.
first of all, uh, as a non-Philly fan, I will tell you they're all excited about having Harden more than they are about Ben Simmons.
What about Maxi? Do they say give Maxi up,
Now,
or do
nobody
they
wants to
want?
give up Maxi. They know
Okay,
Maxi's a superstar in the making. Actually, I don't know about superstar, but he's definitely an all-star in the making. Um, and they don't really want to give him up, but everybody sees his value. Is it worth it to go now, get a Harden, give up your future, and try to win that chip in the next few years? Um, that's going to be that's the talk radio. You're going to get various opinions on that. But as far as getting rid of Ben Simmons, let me put him back up here. Bye bye, Ben. The fans are ruthless. They are they love you if you are. They're like Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, even though he didn't win a ring, he was still a fan favorite because he gave it his all. He tried. He went out there and busted his
Yep,
butt. All
yep.
they want Ben Simmons to do is give it your all. Get out there and get. If you got to do all the dirty work, you got to grab rebounds, you got to shoot assists. Great. Don't pass up open layups, obviously, but just give it your all. And it seemed like in that not finals, in that playoff series against Atlanta, he waned. And that's the
Yep.
one thing in this city you cannot do. You gotta have heart. If you go out swinging and you just lose, all right, they're gonna clap for you. And I'm like, yeah, you are God. But when you go out the way he went out, afraid to shoot, afraid to go to the line, afraid to go to the hole, so they wouldn't foul him, so he'd have to go to the line. Um, the old term hack a shack or hack a Ben doing to him, it just took him mentally out of the game. And people here in Philadelphia are very unforgiving. So they are willing to say bye bye to Ben. Nah, they don't care, especially now since he's made it clear he ain't playing. He doesn't care to play for Philadelphia anymore. And he's quote unquote mad at the coach and Embiid for not sticking by him. That
well
is
let
all
me
more.
before
Go ahead.
before we get into the actual deadline report, let me throw some information out there that a lot of people probably don't know.
Okay.
New York has lifted its statewide mandate for um, unvaccinated people being in, area, indoors or whatever. So
Uh-oh.
uh the mayor left it up to the local municipalities or the local mayors to, handle their mandates accordingly.
And where
So
would that stand?
now it's up to and I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna bring it back to the 76ers. Um, and now it's up to the Brooklyn mayor, to say, hey, we're not going to have the mandate anymore. And so if that happens, Kyrie Irving becomes a full-time player. Okay, why is this important? Because the whole purpose of James Harden wanting to leave is because they're not winning ball games. Kyrie Irving's not full time, so he's not readily available on every given night. And why am I here if
Hmm.
I'm not winning ball games? So if the mandate is lifted in Brooklyn, that means Kyrie Irving will become a full time player. And Kyrie Irving and James Harden is more than enough to win a lot of ball games. And so that may change the mind of James Harden forcing his way out of uh, Brooklyn. And this is important because Philadelphia is playing hardball with Ben Simmons when it comes to trading him for James Harden. They feel like they can trade Ben Simmons to. They feel like Ben Simmons should be a good enough straight up trade to Brooklyn for James Harden, and that is not the case. I feel like they should just make the trade with Ben Simmons and Tyrese Maxey. I know Tyrese Maxey is a good player. I know he's solid. I know he probably got a bright future. But this comes back to the Cavs days with JJ and not giving JJ up for Mari Stoudemire because he was this young ascending guy, and they thought JJ was going to be great, blase, and it backfired on him. I feel like you got a chance to get a generational talent. You got a chance to pair that generational talent with your current generational talent. And all you got to do is give Tyrese Maxey and Ben Simmons, so you're not even playing. I may not do that a million years. And especially since the mandate being lifted, I'm definitely doing it because once James Harden start winning ball games in Brooklyn,
he ain't going out. Yeah,
he ain't going out. So
that's a great point. Especially because you'll still have the Curry brother and you'll still have Tobias. You'll still have Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't like you just breaking it all down for one guy. That's a good point.
I real quick though, just on that'll change the game. By the way, if Kyrie can come back, Harden might stick around. I just don't know where the talks are now, and if the Sixers are willing to going to pull that trigger on a key player like Maxey. I personally think that even though you would have a Harden, Maxey is one of those guys that can come off the bench and run your second unit, and just losing that in the playoffs will hurt because they don't have another scorer coming off the bench. I mean, it would definitely be Embiid and Harden show, but they really need that extra scorer off the bench, almost like that sixth man that can still give you some lift. So that's why they really don't want to get it. Really mess this team up. I don't know how deep they can go without a Maxey, unless they're getting some other players from Brooklyn that can help with the scoring. I think with a Maxey and a Harden, yeah, I'm feeling a championship run there. But that was my take on the whole Ben Simmons. Philly is done with him. They're ready to get rid of him.
Oh yeah,
he's done unless he comes back and mea culpas and apologizes and say I really want to be here.
Nah, he out. He out of there.
Yeah, he out.
Yeah,
you don't play. You don't wait this long and then change your mind.
Yeah, he out.
Yeah.
He literally he'll play for anybody else.
Yeah, he invested in getting out of there. Literally.
Yeah. The other question I have, I don't know if you're going to ask this, Illy, is about the Lakers.
What?
John Wall.
Are they going to make it happen?
John Wall. It's up to LeBron.
Westbrook.
That's the big debate. Should the Lakers do the same trade that Houston and OKC just did? You know, the Russell Westbrook, John Wall swap. Addition by subtraction.
John Wall won't miss half the shots that Russ is missing.
Listen, those fumble the bags you just showed shows a man who feels the weight of the world on him.
Yep.
And that's unfortunate because I like Russell Westbrook. I really like him as a player. He gives that energy. It's like an Allen Iverson type. But he was not willing to tailor his game to fit that team. And
right.
The fact that, I only know one way to play and this is how I'm going to play, that's not going to work there. And it's not working. And you still won't bend. You still won't become a different type of player. And now it's confidence. He can't shoot a shot to save his life now. And
he can't.
And they're not even guarding him. They're like, he's going to drive to the basket. But even some of his drives to the basket, he's missing point-blank layups.
Yeah.
His confidence is so shot right now. I don't know how you can inject any life in him to get him into a deep playoff run with his mentality right now. I just don't know if the Lakers can make that trade because they just don't have any other pieces to give up.
Well, the trade is there.
John Wall has been working out and ready to play. Houston just not playing him.
The trade is there, so that's the report. The report is the trade is there. It's just up to LeBron.
What?
Yep.
Russell Westbrook for John Wall. That's
giving up that 27 year that first round pick.
2027 first round pick. Yeah.
They got to give it up.
They would have to give that up too. Yes.
Damn, that's 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 hurting your franchise. The fact
Yeah.
that you don't have a first round pick until 2028.
Right. Right.
As soon as
Yep.
LeBron leaves or retires, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
How are you gonna build around me?
That's the game the Lakers want to play. So you gotta play it.
Yeah, but
They gotta go get John Wall, man, because John Wall
I think John Wall would be he can't shoot, but he would be a better fit. He's more
way
skilled.
better fit.
He's more
Yep.
skilled. He's more skilled.
he's more skilled in what way?
Running the offense, passing
offense,
the ball
mid-range,
and
pick and
finishing.
roll.
Yeah. All the things you just said.
Yeah,
Russell Westbrook, his game was predicated on athleticism.
And he's too sporadic.
He's took a big dip this season athletically. He's getting hung on dunks. He's getting hung on the rim. He's not finishing. I don't know what he's not finishing
he's
at
not
all.
finishing at
It's
all.
like
Yeah.
he's the opposite of Kyrie in finishing. Kyrie is one of the greatest finishers we've ever seen, and this year Russell Westbrook can't finish.
He can't.
No, he can't even make layups. He can't make jumpers. He can't make layups.
Yeah,
He can't pass. He can't do
I'm not
nothing.
saying John Wall gonna move the needle, but I think John Wall would come in there and he would take a lot of stress off LeBron seeing Russell every night.
Well, so a few things that John Wall would do that will automatically, instantly improve the Lakers team.
The pick and roll with AD.
The pick and roll with AD. He won't turn the ball over that much. He won't airball mid-range jump shots, and he won't miss. He won't miss point blank layups.
That too.
So and I say that, and I'm not trying to put the whole blame on Russell Westbrook, because Rob Pelinka deserves, or whatever his name is, Pelinka deserves a lot of the blame, because he the one who put this team out there and put this team together or whatever. So he deserves a mountain share of the blame. And why Frank Vogel is on the verge of being fired, but Rob Pelinka ain't. That's like that behooves me. I don't understand that.
That's Rob Pelinka's fault. When
What do you
LeBron
mean?
James speaks, you listen. If LeBron James says, "I want Russell Westbrook," you might think to yourself, "LeBron, this is a bad idea."
Well, LeBron and AD wanted him. It wasn't just like LeBron walked into the office by himself. It was like LeBron and AD met with Russell Westbrook.
Correct.
They met with him together.
I got it.
And that's the difference.
And he was the third option. LeBron and AD had a plan. They had a 3-option plan. Number one was Chris Paul. They knew the last year was up with Phoenix last year, and they were hoping if AD didn't get hurt, they beat Phoenix in the playoff.
Mm-hmm. And then he would want to jump shit.
Year, but with the Phoenix going to the finals and AD getting hurt, that completely derailed that plan, because Phoenix reloaded and gave Chris Paul that 3-year max.
Mm-hmm.
Took that option out. Option 2 was Damian Lillard.
Mm-hmm. He said no.
Damian Lillard met with LeBron and AD at LeBron's house, and Dame said, "Look, I would love to come home and play. I would love this, but I'm just built different. I can't do the super team thing." So he respectfully turned them down, and option 3 was Russell Westbrook. and that's what happened.
And this is the inexperience. This is the inexperience to Rob Pelinka, because any other general manager would have did whatever they needed to do to improve the roster. Rob Pelinka,
Buddy Hield should have been the move.
Buddy Hield should have been the move, or De'Aaron Fox, one of them.
Or De'Aaron Fox, that would have been a great pickup too. So I think what you're getting at is what they had. One of the problems they had last year is when one of them was hurt, the other had to carry the load. So I thought they believe if we have a Russell Westbrook, if LeBron is hurt for some period of time, Russell Westbrook and AD should be able to carry the ship.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Ship afloat. If AD goes out, LeBron and Russell Westbrook should be able to win games and carry the ship while AD is getting healthy. They had that in the previous year, so it wasn't a bad idea. So if
it was a great idea.
It's a great idea,
but it was risky.
It was very risky because of his style, and would he be willing to to
Exactly.
adapt his style. The biggest problem, though, is their effort on defense. It's just god awful.
Oh yeah, it's
That
horrible.
can't.
Hey, bunch of old guys. They statues out there.
Well, then that's the problem. When you brought in a Carmelo,
Yeah.
and you brought in, LeBron is up there, and Russell
Yep.
Westbrook is the best defender in the first place.
Nope.
Now you getting beat
And he has the worst effort.
superstar.
Russell Westbrook IQ is horrible. It's just simple stuff like when they lost that buzzer, not a buzzer beater, but it was somebody that beat him. They hit the last shot. The rookie Austin Reeves played the baseline, made the guy. Oh, it was when they played the Clippers. It just came to me. Reggie Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Austin Reeves. So first he passed Russ. Austin Reeves cut him off baseline. And then all Russell Westbrook had to do was close the door, play in between so he can't. Russell Westbrook let him split, and he gets a wide open layup.
Yes, exactly.
That's IQ and lack of energy. And
Yes.
that's why I say his athleticism has took a dip because energy was never the issue. Now he has no energy at all on defense.
None.
At all.
Yes, and that's why I think that they got to blow it up. I just don't. You're saying this trade is imminent.
LeBron gonna
subtraction, man.
I don't know if it's going to solve their defensive woes, though. Is John Wall going to improve on their defensive woes?
Better than Russ, but not for the whole. See, the defense. The reason why the defense was won last year was one. Schroeder was playing D. AD was up for Defensive Player of the Year before he was out a lot of games, and then they had Dwight Howard having high energy on defense, and then they had Contavious Caldwell-Pope and LeBron both in the top 15 in defensive player rating. So this year, yeah, their defense really dipped when AD got hurt. Their defense really dipped because LeBron was playing the 5, while AD was out. So their defense really dipped.
I got you. Yes, but that's that. I just don't know if John Wall's going to solve that. And even with the John Wall, I just don't think they're going to be any better than what they are right now.
This is the NBA, so you get that offense together, then the defense. A lot of times when you miss shots, it's hard to get set on defense or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I haven't watched a lot of the Lakers games. However, I'm just throwing out there from my knowledge of just basketball, whatever. When you make a bucket, the defense can get set, blase, this, that, and the other. But when you miss a lot of shots, and Russell Westbrook misses a lot of shots, on top of the shots LeBron misses and everybody else misses on the squad or whatever, it's kind of tough to constantly always be on your heel on defense or whatever and try to get set and try to be a top-tier defense. Now, when you're scoring a lot of buckets, which the Lakers were doing last year, they were a very efficient offensive team or whatever, which in turn allowed them to get set on defense. Everybody getting their spots and things like that. And when you do that, you kind of know what each player is going to do on that defense. So you kind of playing complementary basketball or whatever. And they just haven't been able to do that consistently this year. And they don't have the personnel to even play set defense. I don't think, even if they were to be able to score a lot of points, I don't think they have the personnel to play set defense. But we haven't seen it a lot because they haven't been consistent enough on offense. You've seen when guys like Malik Monk steps up, he has a great game, blase. Anthony Davis has a great game. Chances are they win. You know what I'm saying? But when that doesn't happen, it's just like, whatever. Like Malik Monk had a poor game today. They lost.
Right.
So, I got you. So before we get out of here, let's just go over some of the trades that's happened around the league. We don't have to get into deep discussion about it, but we can just, here and there talk about what's been going on. All right, so the Blazers and the Clippers trade. that happened on the 4th. That was the first one. That was the first one that really crack this consecutive trades that's been happening right before the deadline. So in this particular trade, the Clippers got Norman Powell and Robert Covington, and Portland got Eric Bledsoe, Justice Winslow, Keon Johnson, and a second round pick. That trade to me just indicated what we've seen now, because Portland has a couple more trades coming up. That Portland was like, all right,
It's time to blow it up.
it's time to blow it up.
Yeah.
Those were two key pieces they put around McCollum and Dame. So that's what that trade showed to me. And the Clippers, it was smart for the Clippers because just in case Kawhi or PG or both come back, now you put more role players around them. And Norman Powell is a great one. Robert Covington is a solid one too, but Norman Powell really. So good job on the Clippers doing that trade. All right. And we all know we talked about this in full detail. The Cavs get LeVert and a second round pick via Miami. And the Pacers got Rubio, expiring contract, a lottery protected first round pick, and 2 second round picks. All right. Now here's the deal. Here's the deal that just confirmed that Portland was blowing it up. This happened yesterday. Portland and New Orleans. So New Orleans acquires CJ McCollum, Larry Nance Jr., and Tony Snell. Portland gets Josh Hart, Alexander Walker, Satoransky, Lazada, a protected 2022 first round pick, and a 2026 and a 2027 second round pick. So that again,
Lillard has to want out by now.
No, Lillard's been
go through this rebuild.
Lillard's been 100% game. He said he's patient. He said he's going to rehab, and he going to let the organization get it together for him.
Right.
He's on board.
So
there was actually a report that came out today that said that.
So look, Portland says they want to still build around Dame, but I ain't buying it. I think in the offseason, it's finally going to happen. They just going to completely rebuild. That's my opinion. We will find out. But what y'all think about a little bit about McCollum with Zion and Brandon Ingram?
No defense. First thing that come to mind is who guard anybody. They ain't gonna have no rebounding. Well, no. Jackson Hayes still there. I mean, so he's fine. Now Larry Nance and Tony Snell, they'll be okay. I mean, they're guys that you can put on. They're versatile guys that you can put on anybody on a defensive end, and they'll produce. However, will they get playing time? Will they even be there next year?
Right.
No, I don't think so. But they'll have an impact this year because I think the Pelicans are in the playing spot, or they might even be in the playoffs. I looked at it earlier today. I know they're in one of those positions.
Yeah, they're around where the Lakers are. They in that. Yeah.
Yeah. So. But it's gonna be interesting. They're gonna score a lot of points between CJ McCollum and Brandon Ingram, but defensively, oh boy, shoo. You said the Lakers is bad on defense, bro. Man,
is Zion coming back anytime soon?
Nope.
No.
Oh, okay. No, it means nothing.
All right, so the next trade, Indiana and Sacramento got on the phones and completed a deal. So Indiana received Tyrese Halliburton. They just drafted him last year, came into a second year. They traded Buddy Hield finally. They've been looking to get off of him. Also traded Tristan Thompson. And Sacramento got in return Domantas Sabonis, Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb, and the 2023 second round pick. So I feel like so this is what I feel like about Sacramento in this deal. It's a little confused. I know me and Dr. Legend disagree about this. But yeah, they got Domantas Sabonis. Yeah. Okay. De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. Great in the pick and roll. Okay, that's fine. They just traded their two best 3-point shooters. They don't have any shooting now. De'Aaron Fox from the 3-point line is shooting under 30%.
Right.
At the free throw line, he's shooting in the low 70s, high 60s. I mean, yeah, that's the guy they want to build around. But Halliburton said in multiple interviews, I want to stay in Sacramento. I want to be the guy that helps get this shit back on board. I want to be here. I'm not one of the guys that just want to get drafted here and trade me now, trade me now. Getting rid of Tristan, that's no issue. But I hope Sacramento got a plan to put something around Sabonis and
Right.
Fox, because okay, like I said, all right.
I've actually
Go ahead.
I've actually changed my stance on that a little bit after doing a little bit of research over the last days since we talked about it.
Mhm.
They don't fit. De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis don't fit. I mean, yes, De'Aaron Fox, he gets other guys involved, but he's not a shooter. You know what I'm saying? At least Halliburton can shoot.
And
Or
Fox playmaking not elite like that. I looked at the numbers. Halliburton
no, it's
averages
not.
like 7 assists. Fox averages like low 5, high 4. Like,
Right.
but go ahead,
So
finish.
how you gonna do a pick and roll with a guy that's looking to attack all the time?
Yeah,
He's like a Russell Westbrook of sorts or whatever,
yeah,
just younger and a little bit more in control. But he's still a bull. He still
yep.
attacks relentlessly.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But what I think, and I said this a little bit, I touched on this a little bit in some recent conversations with others, is that I think they seen something out of Davion Mitchell when De'Aaron Fox got hurt. I don't think they were trying to really get rid of Halliburton or whatever, but I think they really liked Sabonis or
Yeah.
whatever, and was like, all right, we gotta take this risk. We like what Davion Mitchell has given us over the last 10 or so games or whatever. So
Uh-huh.
we'll rock with that. Because Davion Mitchell over the last 10 games was averaging I think 16 or 17 points and 6 or 7 assists or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's a great defender. He's physical. I mean, he's undersized, but he's still physical. He gets in you or whatever. But that production that he had been giving him over these last 10 games or whatever probably made Tyrese Halliburton accessible for the right price, and they felt like Sabonis was the right price. I don't understand it because they don't really fit, but we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And Dr. Legend, your former coach in Dallas, is going to love Halliburton in Indiana. Just want to throw that out there. He's going to love him in his system.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm still hurt over that, man. Yeah.
I bet. We don't have to go over this trade. This was a minor trade.
Minor.
All right. Three-team trade. Portland, Utah, and San Antonio. So Utah acquired Alexander Walker, who Portland just acquired. So he was just another piece.
Yeah.
And Utah also got Hernan Gomez from San Antonio. Portland gets Joe Ingles, who's out for the year, which also confirms again
There.
he's blowing it up. Elijah Hughes, never heard of him. Second round pick. San Antonio gets Saturansky and a second round pick. So Popovich gets another guy that fit his system, who's disciplined, who plays defense, who can play make, who will move the ball. Perfect fit there. And Utah got off of Ingles because I'm assuming this is an expiring contract. That's what I'm gonna assume with Utah.
I'm not
And
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he's hurt because he's done for the year. And if they traded him, I'm obviously Portland gonna take him if it's an expiring contract. I'm gonna just assume it's
Right.
Yep.
an expiring contract.
Yep.